The all-new 94 Accord, a car and dealer you can live with for a long, long time.
Making sure your child is raised properly is a priority. You've got to see to it that she gets a good education. It's your job. And her teachers, of course, and the librarians and the guidance counselors, and just about everyone she comes in contact with, even the people here at Channel 13. We are just as concerned as you are with not only what your kids see, but when. It's a priority of the School Spirit Project from WVEC TV and your local Chevrolet Geo dealers, supporting excellence in education.
Tomorrow on American Journal, a former senator's wife and her terrifying ordeal under threat from a stalker. Here's a preview.
No one is safe from a stalker, not even a U.S. senator's wife.
I am afraid to be alone.
Now he's in a race to pass a federal law that will protect his wife before this stalker does something far worse.
It began a nightmare that continues today, 9 years later.
Fighting back against a stalker.
That's tomorrow, and that's all from us. We hope you are enjoying the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm Nancy Glass. Join us again next time for another American Journal.
I'm Kincaid. It's a Thanksgiving Day full of giving on both sides of Hampton Roads. Stories of folks offering helping hands tonight on 13 News at 5:30 and 6.
In the spirit of Hampton Roads, WVEC TV presents Jim Kincaid, Cynthia Lima, Velma Scape on the Peninsula, and Jeff Lawson. This is 13 News at 5:30.
Let's talk turkey. Hampton Roads serves up the Thanksgiving holiday with style.
And this cancer patient is counting his blessings. We'll have his courageous story of survival. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm Kathryn Barrett.
I'm Jim Kincaid. Right now, millions of families all across the country are sitting down to dinner with all the trimmings, but not everyone has the means to prepare a Thanksgiving feast. Thanks to the Salvation Army, they didn't go hungry. It took about 4 hours to shuttle everyone through the crowded dining room, but after it was all over, the Salvation Army had fed about 400 people.
Thank you, and have a nice Thanksgiving. God bless us all.
Dozens of volunteers today gave up time at home to serve that feast.
On this Thanksgiving Day, a Virginia Beach family has a special reason to give thanks. In 1 week, Matt Jones will pass a milestone. It'll be 5 years since he beat cancer. Earlier this week, I talked with the family about how Matt's life was saved and how the experience changed all of their lives.
We first met Matt 5 years ago. He joined Mike Fabrizio and a photographer to cover a Redskins game.
Just something I've always wanted to do.
That day, the teenager with a life-threatening illness had his wish granted to be on the sidelines rooting for his favorite team.
You can see how exciting it is.
Dad? Yes? What do you want to drink?
Today's chores might not seem as exciting, but the point is Matt is here, alive, 5 years from when his cancer went into remission.
It definitely changes your life. It definitely changes your perspective when you're 14 and that you're hit with something like that, where you're actually faced with it. You realize your mortality, and you realize how much you want to live.
Okay. Matt wanted to live so much, he spent 6 months undergoing chemotherapy and radiation treatments for a tumor under his eye. And even though the cancer seemed to be in remission then, he stayed with the treatments for another year and a half.
1 week out of every month, I'm getting bombarded with all this chemo, and I'm sick, and I'm bald, and I'm losing weight.
The rest of the month, he was playing football for Kempsville High School and trying to keep his spirits up. The experience tested his strength and changed his family.
It's a world that, I didn't know existed, and
it's not always pleasant to think about, but it kind of puts things in perspective, and you're thankful, for what you do have.
The Jones have 4 sons, 4 boys who fought cancer together.
But I think now, when they look and they see the kind of person that Matt's become, I know that his younger brothers especially just really look up to him.
To sit with my family for Thanksgiving, that's something that most people just, it's part, it's a nice thing, but you don't really think about it. It's just a nice part of everyday life, But most people don't appreciate, how wonderful it really is.
Today, Matt has a job as a waiter and is a full-time student at Tidewater Community College, majoring in history. He wants to be a high school teacher, and the whole family is still rooting for the Redskins.
Nice story. Some lucky boys and girls are thankful tonight, courtesy of the U.S. Navy. 30 kids from area boys and girls clubs are spending this Thanksgiving aboard the USS George Washington. After a quick tour of the aircraft carrier, the crew served up a traditional holiday feast, complete with turkey and pumpkin pie.
It's a Thanksgiving tradition almost as popular as turkey dinner.